Alright, so I'm gonna do a review of my new phone, of a flip phone that I got. Uh, it's a Sonim XP3 something. It's a bit difficult with one hand. Uh, I'm gonna start by just like showing off the phone, and then I'm gonna talk about like some of its good sides and some of its bad sides. The phone itself, first of all, it looks incredibly cool. I love the way it looks. It makes me feel like I'm some sort of spy from the 2006. And it looks really good, and it's very strong. It feels strong as well. One time I dropped it by accident. Like it fell out of my pocket and it made like a huge bang. So yeah, it's pretty rugged, and it feels pretty strong. I feel like it's more likely for the floor to break than it. It also reminds me of the phones back in the day, like the old Nokias. They were pretty strong. It's also waterproof, and yeah, it just feel like the quality on the outside, especially, it feels good. When you open it up, it has no touch screen, so it only has these buttons, and this menu, uh, for me at least personally, it feels a bit unintuitive, because the way it looks, for me, it seems like it's like an app list, so you can like scroll around, but no, there's these three apps, and you can choose any three apps you want, I believe, and you put them here. So when you press the up button, it opens the one that's on top, which is, in this case, which is also how it was by default, the contacts app. And then if you go down, it opens the camera. Uh, if you press the middle one, the one which is like circled, or squared in this case, it opens the message app. For me, it looks like a selector. It looks like I'm opening I'm doxing my text messages. Uh, it seems to me like this is like a selector, and like you could move it around, but that's not how it is. But it looks that way, so it feels a bit unintuitive at first glance. When you go left, it opens the menu, which is usually on Android when you like scroll down. This type of menu, and on right it's like events, it's like notifications and stuff. Also, these three buttons are assigned. Like the left one is the various like options, various settings. The right one is just your notifications, and the middle one is the menu. Now I don't know what happened. This thing doubled. One time when I restarted the phone, now there's two, so some apps are in here and some apps are in the other folder. But originally there were only 9 icons here, and you can choose which 9 you want. Like you can switch places, but you couldn't add more, and you can't add more. I don't know how this one appeared here, but there's no option to add apps, like more apps here. You can switch apps, like any app from the folders. You can switch it up with any apps here, like you can change their order and switch them up, but you can't categorize them further. And whenever you like install a new app, it will be put in one of these folders. So yeah, that's the basic functionality of the phone. It is based, I believe, on Android 11, which you can see here in the options. So yeah, but it's not really the stock Android. It's a modified version of Android. First of all, it's very simplified. And second of all, it's not really Google, like you don't have Play Store, you don't have Google services, which is one huge plus for me. It's one of my favorite things about this phone. There's nothing Google. There's also a downside, and that is that it doesn't have any kind of a store. It doesn't have a Play Store or any kind of store, and you're not able to use any kind of store. You're also, so which means that when you're installing apps, the only way to do that is you have to use your computer. You have to sideload them. You have to sideload apps, with ADB or whatever it's called, and you can install like a Play Store, like F-Droid, or what is it called, Aurora Store or Aptoid or whatever, but you can't install apps from them. So it's like there's no point. Until about 4 years ago, I believe, from what I've seen on online posts, it was possible, but then for about 4 years it's not possible. So side loading is the only way to do so. The phone, it's just more or less like your basic Android phone, There are some inconveniences with it, and that is one of them. One of the major ones, well, I already mentioned, is that, installing apps, but that's fine. Second inconvenience would be the fact that it doesn't have a touch screen, while a lot of the apps are designed with a touch screen in mind, especially when you install a new app. Most of the time you will need a touch screen, so it's very difficult to use without it. But it's possible with a Bluetooth mouse. So Bluetooth mouse is pretty much like required in order to use this phone. Even some system apps like settings, I couldn't do. I remember I was in settings and there was some button and I just couldn't press it because it was like selecting the whole thing and it wouldn't, like, I needed a mouse. So I got a Bluetooth mouse. I even got a little Bluetooth keyboard alongside with it. I might show it later on. And that's for that. Another problem it has is with the battery. It has a few problems with its battery. One of them is, first of all, everybody online, so I might have gotten a faulty one, I don't understand, but everybody online is saying how great the battery is, has a huge battery life. They're saying like it can last until until a whole week, and with heavy usage like 3-4 days at least, like even 5 days. But mine, in the beginning, it was only lasting a couple hours, and then I realized it's because I had a lot of things enabled, like hotspot, because I was sharing internet to my other phone. I had Wi-Fi, I had Bluetooth because I was using the Bluetooth mouse, and all these things on. When I switched it off, so it would last for like only a couple hours and that's it. So when I switched these things off, I left only data. Now it lasts almost as much as my Android did. So my Android would last about a day. This one lasts like a bit less, but I have to still charge it every single day. In the beginning, like when these things were enabled, I would go to bed with 100%. I would wake up in the morning, I would have 75%. So yeah, it turns out that these things are draining the battery. But then, if that's the thing, like if to get that performance and that battery usage that they are saying online would require me to disable everything, then I would argue that even any regular Android phone, if you disable every single thing and not use it, it's gonna last for a very long time. So I don't really understand it. I have at least data on because I need it for like messaging and for like I need people to be able to contact me, to send me messages and call me. I mean, they can do it over like network, but most people they use WhatsApp nowadays. So yeah, WhatsApp is also kind of difficult to use. You can open it. It's a bit inconvenient with this with these, but you can't open audio messages. Like if somebody sends an audio message, you can't open an image. You can, but you have to sit there for like 20 minutes pressing left, right, to like try to get the thing where you want it. When you open the browser, this is a fun one. A mouse appears. Okay, I don't know what website I'm on. You see a mouse appears and you can move it around. But when you connect the Bluetooth mouse, it like everything scrolls and moves much faster. So yeah. Another bad thing is this screen sometimes just doesn't work. Now it's working conveniently, but sometimes it just shows static, or sometimes it just doesn't work at all. And it's very inconvenient if you're somewhere and you just want to look at the time real quick and you pull it like slightly from your pocket and it's just static here. It's annoying. You gotta pull it out completely. You gotta open it to see the time. But these are minor inconveniences, I suppose. The camera's pretty bad, but that's fine. I don't use my phone to like take many pictures. Other than that, it's okay. Sometimes, there's another problem with the battery, which I didn't mention, and that is for some reason, I don't understand why, if the battery gets to 0% and the phone shuts down, no matter what you do, you can't start it back on until you remove the battery and put it back in. I don't know, once again, I don't know if this is like with this phone in general or just this particular one. Like maybe it's just mine that is faulty, I don't know. But if the battery gets to 0%, you can plug it in and it is charging even though it's not showing anything, but it won't start. But then you remove the battery and you need a screwdriver to do this, unless you like don't tighten it too much. If you keep it like half, then you can also do it with your nail. but I made a mistake of like tightening it pretty hard, and yeah, I struggled to open it later. But you gotta open it up and remove the battery, put it back in, and then it will start up. And first time this happened to me, I got like a mini heart attack because it was the second day of me having the phone, and I thought I broke the phone. Also, it's not safe to charge. It is, you can do it, but it's the best to use its original charger, not to use other chargers, even though it just has their typical like USB-C, whatever it's called. It just has a normal like for charging port. It also, I didn't show the ports. It also has, I believe, it's difficult by one hand, but this also opening it is a bit tough. When you unscrew this, it takes a lot of force to pull it apart, and you're afraid that you're gonna break it. But yeah, it's pretty durable. Sorry. I don't know what else. I wanted to say more things, but I should have prepared more bullet points. I might add stuff to this video if I remember later on. I wanna open like websites. Let me try that. Okay, so here's another issue. You're in here. You can't scroll up or down sometimes. Okay, it wears down, but it can't go up. I don't know why. Yeah, it doesn't allow you to scroll up on websites. So you need a mouse for that. That's another issue. So what I do when I don't have my mouse around, I go back and then I open, like I go one page back and then open the page again. But with the middle button, you can't also, if you have the mouse, you can just scroll up to the URL bar, but here you can't, but at least there's this button. So I'm gonna open my website. Actually, I can't. Yeah, New Cities doesn't work. I was gonna show you how my website looks on it. It looks pretty fun. And I opened Onya's website in Kuroi. Maybe I can open Kuroi. Actually, it's gonna be tough. I might do it later, or might add to the video or something. But yeah, I think that will be my review for now. I definitely wanted to say more things, but I can't remember right now. But yeah, it's pretty inconvenient to use this particular model. It is really cool to have a flip phone, and I love that. Also typing. Ooh, typing is a problem. And I just remembered another big thing. Languages. It doesn't have language support. It only supports like a few languages, like 4 or 5, and that's it. It doesn't even have my Serbian language. And another inconvenience is it doesn't have Arabic. It's like a major language, but it doesn't have it. And the majority of my contacts, they're in Arabic language. Yeah, these new ones are in Latin. But when you go down, the majority of my contacts are in Arabic, as you can see. So the problem is I can't search for them. I can only search by number. And it does display Arabic, but I'm unable to type in Arabic. Maybe if I installed some kind of on-screen keyboard, but the screen is already small. On-screen keyboard would cover the whole screen. I have a physical keyboard, but that doesn't help. So yeah, it's pretty tough. I'll show you which languages it has. I try to remember where exactly it's. Is it in the? I'm gonna maybe in location. No, I forget in which setting the languages. I think in system. Yeah, in system, and then you have languages, and there's English, Spanish, Korean, and Chinese, and that's it. 4 languages. I can't type in my language, even Serbian. When I'm typing, I can't use like the special characters, like the like the special characters. I have to type only with the English, with the available letters that I have, ASCII. But also typing is, another thing which I forgot to mention is the keyboard. Keyboard is not the best. It's not the best quality. The phone does feel pretty good quality, like the plastic is pretty strong. It is good quality, but the keyboard is not. On touch is not the greatest feeling. And also sometimes when you press, it registers the key twice. And sometimes when you press, it doesn't register a key. So it's not like 100% trustworthy. It's not like 100% reliable. But generally, it is okay. It's fun to use it again. And I'm pretty fast. T9 or whatever it's called, KT9, whatever. That thing is taking... it doesn't have Serbian, so that's the problem. But I'm adding Serbian slowly, like word by word. You can add new words. But with like the regular typing, it's fast. Also, another inconvenience. Yeah, as the video progresses, I'm remembering more things. Maybe later I can cut the video up and like arrange these to a more concise or more like comprehensible way. We'll see. Or I might just not edit it at all. We'll see. Or I might just upload it raw. We'll see about this. The problem is it doesn't have a, maybe there's something in settings you can do about it, but it doesn't have a shortcut to just make a letter capital. When you press this, it opens the whole menu, and I'll show you an example. I'll type a random message. I don't know why I opened this. All right. So when you press this button, it opens this menu. So then you have to choose where you want, like capital letters, everything. It doesn't just automatically make the letter capital, if you understand. And also emojis are very limited, but that's fine. It only has these. Yeah, and no more. Like you can't go past these, and this doesn't have the majority of emojis. Like that's all. Oh wait, let's add subject. Oh yeah, that's to add a subject to the message. So yeah, maybe I can show off some apps, how they work, and I can tell you how each works. WhatsApp, it works fine. There's some inconvenience. It's a bit slow to use, like because you're gonna struggle a bit with the stuff, with the navigation through it, and you can't really play audios and open images. Sometimes you can, but it's very difficult. Viber is way tougher. You can't even open a message. Actually, I think you can open a message. Viber is much more inconvenient to use. Telegram, even more. You can't open a message for some reason. It just scrolls up and down, but you can't click on a message. It's without a mouse. I mean, when you have a mouse, you can do all those things. I installed some other apps, like some religious stuff. So yeah, you see, I have different categories of apps. I would have loved to categorize them. Space Hey just keeps loading forever. It never loads. And I wasn't able to sign in to Messenger, like the Facebook Messenger. And yeah, you see this. This is the elephant in the room. I installed Minecraft. I found the earliest version of Minecraft. That version I was able to install. And yeah, of course, it's impossible to play. But when you have the mouse, it's still impossible to play. But with a mouse and a keyboard, it is possible to play. It's very inconvenient. I'll show you a video of that soon. Maybe I'll record. Actually, you know what? I think I'll pause this video because I don't want to be bothered by editing. So I'm just gonna pause the video, and then I'm gonna set up like my mouse and keyboard, and I'll show you a bit how I play Minecraft on it. Alright, so here's my little setup. I got the mouse. I wanted to buy like a small mouse, like a tiny mouse, to match with the phone, but I couldn't find a tiny one. Later on I found some online, but it's like 30 bucks. And there's a really cool one. It's like narrow. It's like about this thin, and it's just narrow and long. And it has like the buttons, and it has a nice, neat little like box you can put it in. You can put it in your pocket. And it's like really cool, but it's like a novelty. I mean, this thing does the job. I just have to keep it in my bag and I have to pull it out when I want to do stuff. This keyboard was a letdown because I wanted a black one and I got a white one. Damn, I already scratched it and stuff. I made it dirty. Even though it was just in my bag, I didn't even use it. It's a handy little thing. It's fun. I can turn it on here. Wait, it was already on or not? If it was already on, it wasn't. Yeah, there's a little light. It's fun. So yeah, it connected. So it's fun, but I don't know how I'm gonna do this while I'm holding this phone. I'm gonna open Minecraft and I'll show you another issue with the Minecraft, and that is that for some reason the screen is like this, and obviously it doesn't have you're unable to rotate it, so it's like that. So if you want to press a button, like if you want to press this play, it's not going to press play, it's going to press settings. Yeah, believe it or not. You have to calculate visually where play would be if it was from top of the page. So it's about here. Is that it? Yeah. So then you got to press that. Did I press the right button? There we go. So we enter this. Now, I don't know how I'm going to hold the phone. Oh, it's night. Oh, that's not a good sign. I should go inside like a house or something. By the way, these kids, Why doors keep opening and closing? So you can't turn, like if you're rotating your mouse, it won't. You have to click and then rotate. Man, I wish I could hold the phone somehow. Wait, let me figure this out. Maybe I can. Wait, I'll unplug it from the charging. Hopefully it won't stop recording because I don't have too much battery. I'll put the phone here. Here you can see my ugly face. Alright, let's put it like this. This is so fun. This is funny. Alright, I'm gonna look at the phone and not at the screen. So yeah, this is a little bit of a Minecraft gameplay. Kids, what I was gonna say. Oh, this is probably, yeah. They got blown up in here. This is not recording. There we go. They got blown up in here because I had a full inventory of stuff. Not full inventory, but I had stuff in my inventory. Is there a bed here? Doesn't really matter. I can jump around. So yeah, I'm kind of playing Minecraft, but this is very inconvenient. But maybe if I was somewhere and I was like super bored. But even if I was super bored, like this, I would have probably. This is just like a test to see, but it is kind of playable, I guess. Yeah, there's a zombie. I can hear it. Yeah, I'm gonna exit Minecraft now. It is fun, but I would have probably, if I wanted, I didn't put any games on it because I don't want to waste time on it. And when I'm like sitting somewhere, I'm not using my phone like before. And I got completely, this is another topic, but I'm gonna speak about it, I guess, too. This video is way too long, so maybe some people may watch it, some people not. Oh, foot reveal. Alright, let me hold the phone in my hand. I don't know what to do with my hands. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, people nowadays, they're like overstimulated. And they always have to feel like something. They always gotta pull their phone. When they're not doing something, they're immediately pulling their phone. They're going on like TikTok and scrolling like reels and shorts and videos and watching YouTube and playing games. It's okay to be bored. It's okay to not do anything, you know? So I'm trying to do that. So I'm not like, I didn't install any video games on this. Sometimes when I'm at home, I do play a game on my computer or on the old phone. But when I'm somewhere, I tend to just not use my phone like that. I just use it when I get a message or a call. But if I were to install games, I could. And I was thinking of installing, I have that on my old phone, like an emulator for old Java games. Like, what are they called? J2ME or whatever. There are emulators for that. So I was thinking of like installing an emulator and getting like all the games that I used to play on phones like this back in the day, like the, you know, Snake or old like Java games. And that's possible, you know. I could do that. So I might do that. I'll see. I'm gonna switch off this keyboard. Yeah, the keyboard is handy. It can fit in the pocket. If only it was like black. And yeah, the mouse is like a regular size mouse. I was hoping for a small one, but whatever. So yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. It's already 23 minutes long. It's already way too long. I'm gonna watch it now, and I'll cut it if necessary. But I hope I can just upload it raw because I don't feel like editing now. It's kind of late. So I'll just make some quick thumbnail and upload it most likely tonight.